Hey athletes, Coach Kevin here. This video is going to cover a progression of push-ups and getting good at those push-ups, as well as some exercises that are going to help apply those push-ups to your sport movements, making your performance improve instead of just getting better at push-ups. I mean, getting better at push-ups is always cool. You can kind of show off to your friends, bam, you just knocked out a whole bunch of good push-ups. But it's also good to have those push-ups help you get better at the sport that you're performing. And using power bands, we're going to do some stuff that is going to help make that more applicable to your actual sport performance. Now, I also have an article on my website, which I encourage all of you to check out. So we have push-up progression, and you click on that, and it will go right into a whole bunch of exercises and how to add those exercises into your workouts so that way you can apply it properly and progress. The link is below, so just click down there, check out that article, and that'll just fill in a lot of the gaps that I'm not going to cover in this video. All right, now we're going to get started with the first exercise, which is single arm front press. So I have a door anchor set up just below my shoulder height, a nice secure door, and I have a handle attached to the other end. You don't necessarily need the handle. You can just put your hand inside of it and do press motions pretty easily that way, and really doesn't bother your hands much. But I just wanted to show that it can be done with handles as well. So the reason why this exercise is so important is because when you're using only one side of your body to do that pressing motion, you're activating your core and your crossbody muscles to stabilize. And so instead of pushing and having my body get pushed back, I'm using all those muscles to hold it in place. And this is key to allowing those push-ups to apply better to your athletic movements. Because when you're moving your arm forward during your sport, it's not like you're laying on a bench or using both arms perfectly together with that pushing motion. There's typically always going to be either more pressure on one or the other, or you may just be using one arm with that motion. And so you need all that cross-body stability and strength to apply that power from those push-ups into those athletic movements. And so demonstrating these exercises, you want your elbow just below your shoulder. You want it to go just right on that back edge of your shoulder, and then from there you're going to push straight forward. Now I'm starting this with a squared stance, which when I have this squared stance, I feel activation of my core and stabilizer muscles going across that core from this shoulder all the way down to that opposite hip. You can also do this in an athletic stance, which is going to slightly change how it hits those stabilizer muscles through your core. And I recommend actually doing sets both ways. So, do 1 or 2 sets like this, and then 1 or 2 sets like that, and it's just going to help make you strong in different positions. Obviously, like all exercises, if you're doing one side, you need to balance it out, and then do the other side in equal amount. So moving on from there, now if you can't already do good push-ups, that's where this next exercise is just such a good exercise for. And I have a power band looped all the way up to the top of a door. And most of you will start with either the red, or you're going to go one up or one down from that at the standard door height to help you start learning those push-ups. And to set it up, you're just going to go inside of it like this, and then you're going to put it just around your armpits on the top portion of your chest. And then you'll go down into a normal push-up position close to that door, so that anchor point is mostly pulling you straight up. And then you do your push-ups. And this takes some of the weight off of your push-up, allowing you to learn that proper technique without having to do those knee push-ups, which just feel really awkward and don't really hit those stabilizer muscles quite the same. And then from there you go to normal push-ups once you've progressed with this enough. And again, in the article, it talks a little bit more about kind of when you would want to progress from the assisted push-ups to the non-assisted push-ups. And then those of you that are already very powerful with your push-ups, you can crank out sets of 25, 30, whatever. I mean, when I swam in college, we used to have this killer set where basically it was 100 push-ups with a lot of pausing at the top. And man, at the end of that set, I would be just destroyed. Now, at that point, I could have progressed onto some resistive push-ups to add just that extra bit of strength and power for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it like this in both hands. Same thing on the other side. Then I'm going to put this underneath my arms at the top of my shoulder blades like that. From here, you go down to the ground, set yourself up so it's right there at the bottom of your shoulder blades, and then you push up. And now you have that resistance pulling you down. I do not recommend having it up on the top sides of your elbows, because here's what can happen. You can go down, and then it slides up to your neck, and now it's not in the right spot. So always put it underneath your elbows, right underneath the bottom of those shoulder blades, and push up from there. So these resistive push-ups are especially good for anyone who's in a sport or an activity where you're pushing and moving something. So especially football players, I mean, they need immense power being able to just push those arms super powerful as they go forward. And so doing the resistive push-ups will apply very well for those kind of athletes. So as always, if you learned something you like, please click like below. Also, if you think you know someone that would appreciate learning some of this, click the share button, send it to them, and subscribe for more videos. So be strong and be elite.